Plaintiff Dion McLean Smith started boxing when she was younger, and now she owns one of the hottest lounges in Nashville. Dion is suing because she paid the defendant to use his outdoor venue for an event, but she had to cancel due to weather, so she wants her money back. Defendant Timothy Thompson says he's been an event planner and barber for over 25 years, and he has an outdoor venue that he rents out for community events and concerts. Timothy denies owing Dion for anything, and he's countersuing for lost wages.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Hello, my name is Dee, and I have been a fighter from day one. I did some amateur boxing in Michigan. I'm from Michigan, so I moved to Nashville. Lansing. Moved down to Nashville, overcame a tragedy, started boxing. Did that for about 4 years.
What years?
Excuse me?
What years?
97 till about 2000,
okay.
2001.
How did it go?
Yeah, I was undefeated.
Good.
I became, just started doing, I decided I'll just save my boxing, my hands for dentistry. I am a dental hygienist down
How long
Nashville.
did that take, the course?
Actually, it was about 4 years. I went to Tennessee State University, go Big Blue.
Congratulations on moving ahead with your career after boxing, and then what?
Well, I am an entrepreneur. I own one of the hottest lounges in Nashville, Tennessee, known as the G Spot. We also own Detroit Automotive, where we do anything to your car, from body work. We own McLean Properties, which is an assisted living home where we house mentally challenged men. We own Smith Riders, which is a transportation company that transports children from the deaf and blind school. Lastly, I'm an investor with Mastermind Alliance, where we bring artists to Nashville and along with local talent.
All right. Why don't you give me some background?
Yes, sir. My name is Timothy Thompson. I've been a master barber and an event planner for a little over 25 years in the Nashville community. I've worked with Judge Jones and a few other candidates that run for public election that use my place to catapult their campaigns, for different legislative positions. The last couple of months have been really tough for me because I recently lost my daughter on August 20th to a tragic car accident. It was her and 4 other students from TSU that were involved in a tragic car accident, a head-on collision. But
anybody drunk?
Nobody was drunk.
Not your daughter and the other driver, perhaps.
No, sir. It was just a wild accident.
Yeah, God bless you, man.
Yeah. So my daughter, Ling Ling, 32. She was a great basketball player. Freshman year in college, she scored her first 1,000 points in college. So she was very good in college. My daughter, I taught all my kids and my children. I have 4 girls. She was one of 4, and I have 1 son. I have 3 grandchildren and 1 on the way. And I show great gratitude and a commitment to other African-American business owners and people in the community who would like to put on events. And that's been a personal mantra of mine, is to help other people to have their events, in my outdoor space.
It's 100% outdoor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's 100% outdoors.
Hold how many?
We can hold up to 10,000 people. The max we've had for an event that we've had out there has been 3,000 people. Mm-hmm. We do blues concerts. We do community events, Juneteenth, of course.
And do the promoters pay you for your?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
yes, sir.
What is the additional help you're giving?
So we offer tents, tables, and chairs. Then we also help with the planning of their events to make sure that it's successful.
No, I'm saying, what free stuff do you do for your client?
What, free stuff for my clients?
Yes, sir. Nothing?
Nothing, my advice.
Okay,
and,
all right. Because the reason I asked that, because you're saying that your business does a lot for the community.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that's what I was
Okay, no
asking.
worries.
So you say you help the community leaders, and
Yes,
I'm
sir.
asking you, do those community leaders, do they pay you?
No, sir.
They don't pay for your place?
No, sir.
All right, well then that's what you do. You help leadership by giving them free space. Remember, that's where we started this.
Yes, sir.
I said, do you give it out free? Was it no? Free stuff do you do for your client?
What, free stuff for my clients?
Nothing?
Nothing, my advice.
Okay.
And,
All right. Because the reason I asked that, because you're saying that your business does a lot for the community.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that's what I was
Okay, no
asking.
worries.
Plaintiff Dion McLean Smith paid the defendant to rent his outdoor venue for an event, but she had to cancel due to weather. So she's suing to get her money back.
All right, what's your suing for
Right.
today? What happened?
Well, I met Mr. Thompson through another associate with Mastermind Alliance. When I met Mr. Thompson, myself, 2 more partners with Mastermind, and Mr. Wayne Parker, he was on the phone. Mr. Wayne Parker had already given Mr. Thompson $800
For what?
for the deposit
For what?
for us to use his space.
What date?
On, I think the 25th is when he gave him the
August
deposit.
25th. What was the total amount you all agreed to?
For both days, we were using it for an all-white affair and for
Black people
a
couldn't
concert.
come? Why y'all didn't want black people to come?
Well, the clothes that they were
That's
supposed
discrimination.
to wear. No, just the clothes they were supposed to wear was all
Just the
white.
clothes, white black people didn't like the clothes they were gonna wear.
Well, yeah, we could have. They
Is that
could
what you said?
have. We wanted all white. We wanted
I
all
said,
white.
why you
clothes.
didn't like black people there? She said, this is clothes.
Yeah, it was just the clothes.
Coming
they
there with
could-
all
black
that
people could
jewelry.
be-
Ain't nobody
they could
having
come.
that. Hands hanging down below your butt. Ain't watched them old nasty underwear you got. Nobody want to see all that. I'm with you.
And that's the-
Y'all know how much I love black people, so I can tease like that without them calling me names. All right.
So that is a copy of the flyer for the all-white affair. Well, we have.
Now I'm about to get mad.
What?
This looks like what they used to have up doing segregation, really. Even if it was, you should have put all white clothes or something. Seriously, all white. When you get the impression that you can't go unless you're white,
Yeah, definitely.
this is like a segregation type flyer.
Yeah.
This is an all-white affair in the largest caps. Go ahead.
So
I know what white parties. Why didn't call it a white party? That's what they call them. A white party. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All
You got
right,
me
so-
stuck on that.
So on the 4th, we were to have the concert. On August 30th, I brought Mr. Thompson a cashier's check for $6,000. That is Exhibit 3.
Because of the agreement
Because the
was.
agreement was that we were going to pay $6,800 for the 2-day event. $800 of it was already paid
When was the 800 paid?
on the 25th, I believe,
Of?
of August. Mr. Wayne Parker had given him that, and he is the owner of First Stop Bonding. I have to keep a bonding
So
agent.
$800 down on a $6,800 agreement for the 2 days.
Right.
All right, sir. Let me hear from you. Was that the agreement?
No, sir.
What was
I
the
have,
agreement?
On invoice on page number 4 and 5.
Tell me what the agreement was.
Oh, the agreement was that they would have an all-white affair on Saturday, September the 3rd, and then they returned to me later and came to me and said they were going
No, the first agreement. I need to know about the first agreement.
Yes,
what
sir.
was the first agreement?
The first agreement was that they were going to have an all-white affair. They were going to have about 1,500 people. They were going to have just a party with a DJ.
Just one day or this both days?
This is just one day.
All right.
This is one day.
What was the amount?
The amount, the total amount for that one day was $3,184.50.
All right. And I heard you
sorry.
say, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Pardon me?
I made a mistake, sir.
Go ahead. What?
The total amount actually was $6,184.50.
That they were going to pay for that one day?
That's correct.
All right. And you say you have invoices, but do you have an agreement, a contract at this amount, and someone owning a venue? You do business by written contracts, I would assume.
In most cases, yes, sir, it would be.
What happened in this case?
Well, her business partner, the one that we were working with, was a close friend of mine for long years. Okay. And we talked about doing the event.
Okay, I got it. Close friend, long years. I got it. Why you might not do that. So let me hear from you.
Your Honor, that is totally absurd. First off, if you see this invoice on number 5, that was done on September 1st. If you look at the cashier's check, I gave him that on September 3rd.
What page was your invoice on? He referred to invoice first, so I'm
I'm on page 4. That's the masterminds. That's the all-white affair.
Mm-hmm. And September 1, date of service is going to be September 3rd. Total paid $3,000. Total remaining $31.84. And this is $61.84.50 was the total. That's what he has given to me. So was the $800 paid.
On the 25th, I believe, of August. Mr. Wayne Parker had given him that, and he is the owner of First Stop Bonding. I have to keep a bonding.
So $800 down on a $6,800 agreement for the 2 days.
Right.
All right, sir, let me hear from you. Was that the agreement?
No, sir.
Plaintiff Dion McLean Smith paid the defendant to rent his outdoor venue for an event, but she had to cancel due to weather. So she's suing to get her money back.
Let me hear from you, ma'am.
That was written after our agreement. After I had given him on August 30th a $6,000 cashier's check.
Only thing I'm hearing differently now is $700. He said it was $6,100. You say it was $6,800. But the lawsuit is for $4,000.
No.
So.
No. When I called him and asked him about this, how come this invoice is like this? He said that's just the way I broke it down. Of course, like I said, the
invoice, ma'am.
The invoice was done after.
I know. Did you agree to it, ma'am?
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see this until after. When did you first see it? I saw this after the concert.
So you never saw an invoice before you did business?
No, I only because we had verbally.
He didn't give you something saying this is what you're going to owe me?
No, we had verbally agreed.
Okay, well he provides me with something in writing.
All right. Well, that was after. If you see, it say September 1st on there. I gave him the cashier's check on August 30th.
Where's that?
The cashier's check is Exhibit 3.
And that was for $6,000 to Timothy Thompson. Sir, what do you say to that? That she gave you she has evidence that she gave you $6,000. So why I don't?
Well, the $6,000 that she gave me, it was a cashier's check. However, though, the $6,000 I applied it to both invoices because there is a second date that is for the 4th, which is the actual concert. And at the time of the invoice was generated, I did business who's labeled on there with Mr. Nate Haddocks, who's presently not here. And in me doing business with Mr. Haddocks, we discussed the invoice, and he agreed upon.
Who was the contract with, ma'am? You or Mr. Haddocks?
It was with Masterminds.
Okay, so Mr. Haddocks represented you all. He was the agent for the company that could enter into agreements? Because that's the agreement, that's what he's referring to. He's saying that his agreement was with Mr. Haddocks and not you. And so that's what I need to know. Was he given?
Yes, he could. I was an investor. So myself and Wayne Parker were the investors. Okay. So he could talk to
But that's who he said he made the agreement with.
Yes, but he did that after we all initially made the agreement.
This is your business partner who he says made an agreement with him, a verbal agreement for a contract of $6,000 for a venue.
I did that. I was there too.
I just asked you who made the agreement, and
all
you
of us
said
did.
Your partner.
No, all of us did. It was 3 of us there,
and where were you all at?
And 1 on the phone.
Where were you all at?
At his barbershop.
All right. What date was that?
That was on the 28th, I think. 27th.
28th.
It was on a Saturday.
27th.
7th.
August 27th.
Yes.
You and 3 other people. And how many on the phone?
Myself and 2 other people were in his shop.
How many total people, ma'am, of your company
4.
that participated?
4.
4 of your partners participated in this discussion and conclusion on the agreement.
That is correct.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
4 people.
It was 4 people. Well, it was 5. It was 6 people.
Okay, but why you keep referring to just one person, like only one person had responsibility when you made the agreement with 4 people who are part of the same company?
I asked him at the initial conversation who is going to be the responsible party for me to communicate with.
Did he?
No.
So what was the plan on communicating with him?
Whose idea was it?
Hold on, sir. What was the plan on communicating with him? Who was designated?
We met. We all met.
No. I said after that, you have to do more than the meeting. Maybe that's
well,
what's happening here.
It would just be whomever. Okay.
Now somebody has to call him and say, "Is everything prepared?" Somebody has to call and say, "We're doing this, we're doing that." Pardon?
That was Chill Will.
Okay, that's what I'm asking you. Who was the designated representative to be in contact with the venue?
That was Chill Will.
Okay, so is that correct? Is that who was in touch with you?
Nate,
all right, so they did not give you the person she says was designated.
That's correct.
Okay, do you know whether Chill Will talked to him?
Oh, yes, he did.
All right, and what were the nature of their discussions?
Basically, he would ask about the chairs, the security, and
this is what Chill Will said to you.
And we're all on a text together.
Got it.
So that's how we're knowing what's being said.
Got it. That's what I'm asking you. Who was the designated representative to be in contact with the venue?
That was Chill Will.
Okay, so is that correct? Is that who was in touch with you?
Nate.
All right, so they did not give you the person she says was designated.
That's correct.
Plaintiff Dion McLean Smith paid the defendant to rent his outdoor venue for an event, but she had to cancel due to weather. So she's suing to get her money back.
So why are you suing him today? What happened?
Well, I texted, on the 2nd. I sent him a text.
September 2nd.
September 2nd, I sent Mr. Thompson a text stating, hey, help, call me ASAP, help.
The day before?
Yes, there is a storm coming.
Oh.
I know we got to move this venue. We cannot do it outside. Hurricane Daniel was coming and going to drop us off quite a bit of rain. So, no, we got to go in the inside venue. So I keep calling him. I'm texting him. I understand that he has just lost his daughter, and I appreciated the fact that he was even dealing with us with his daughter being in this car wreck. So I didn't want to keep on bugging him, but hey, you got to talk to me. Tell me something. Just send me a quick text. So I keep texting. He didn't respond. On the 3rd, I text him again, and I asked, what's up, brother?
What page? Do you have that?
Yes, that text is page 2. Mm-hmm. I asked him, what's up, brother? He don't say anything to me. I said, I was wondering, when will you be doing our refund?
No. I need you to get to where you all discussed canceling the event.
That was on the 2nd.
All right, so I need you to show me.
I call him.
Okay, I thought you were pointing to me a text.
Well,
What about the refund before?
Yeah, that's on.
Do you have the text?
That's the very first text that said, call me ASAP, help. He didn't say anything back to us, so I couldn't say anything. I just kept calling. He wouldn't answer. He wouldn't talk to me.
Did you at any point mention the weather on this? Because I don't see it.
No, he wouldn't talk to me.
No, text. You did text.
No.
Why not? Why didn't you text that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, because that caused you a big problem today.
Yeah, that was the...
Yeah, that you should... Y'all have no evidence that you mentioned weather. 0. So let's hope that he says that he agreed to give you your money back because of weather. Okay. Because I have 0 evidence that you were even concerned about the weather. Let me hear from you, sir. What happened?
Yes, sir. The event was canceled after...
By whom?
By Mr. Nate Haddix. After
the representative of her company?
Yes, sir. They decided to cancel the event, and I clarified it.
What date did they give you notice?
That was on Friday, September the 2nd.
The event was on Saturday?
The event was on Saturday. Canceled
One day notice?
Yes, sir. And Mr. Haddix explained to me at that time that we had an understanding that it was a rain and shine event, being that it was an outdoor event.
See, that's the problem with just making verbal agreements. Go ahead.
And at that time, we had to walk through on that morning of the 2nd that everyone in her organization was supposed to attend to do a final walkthrough with my security detail so we can go through, in the case of inclement weather, we would have such escape routes in terms of where people could properly exit the property safely. That's in Exhibit 6, what I show of the property. The yellow line shows the entrance to the property from the main road, which would also, on normal basis, would be also the exit, in addition to the alternate routes.
Did they ask for another date?
I offered them another date, and she denied it. She said she didn't want another date. She said they were no longer doing outdoor events.
All right. Ma'am?
No, sir, we didn't even discuss another date because he wasn't talking to me. He didn't talk to me. I didn't.
Never spoke to him?
I didn't get to speak to him till after.
Well, he did talk to you.
Well, yeah, way after.
I don't care
maybe
when
the
it was,
6th, September 6th.
You said he didn't talk to me,
Yeah,
so that's why I couldn't get another date. He did talk to you, so you could have gotten another date. You just said the reason you couldn't because you never talked to him.
Oh, yeah.
And now you're telling me you did. See how problems you're having?
I talked to him maybe September 6th or something.
Within a few days.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
Well, we still afterwards.
But we still continue
I
to do
understand. Did he get? What do you know of a refund? Is that what you're suing him about?
Yes.
All right.
I called him and called him and called him. Finally, he.
What about Mr. Haddis? Did Mr. Haddis speak with him? And what did Mr. Haddis tell you? Mr. Haddis is the one that went into initiated the arrangement. That's his friend. That's why you did it without paper, because it's his friend. That's why there was no written contract. Did you speak to Mr. Haddis? He's the driving force. He said Mr. Haddis is the one that told him he was canceling it.
Yes, I did speak with Mr. Haddis.
What did he say?
And Mr. Haddix said that there was we couldn't do anything. I mean, we had to move the event, basically.
No, I'm saying about requesting the refund.
He said that Timothy said he's not giving us a refund.
Correct. And what did he say about the agreement on refunds or on weather?
He didn't.
Plaintiff Dion McLean Smith paid the defendant to rent his outdoor venue for an event, but she had to cancel due to weather. So she's suing to get her money back.
Okay, because certainly an act of God does allow you to escape contracts. If it's an act of God, but he offered you a second date. Anybody got any evidence on that? No, you said he did. You said he did because I asked, did you ever talk to him?
He didn't offer.
You talked to him later.
Well, we didn't speak about another date.
He's talked to Mr. Haddis about another date. Or did you talk to her or both?
I talked to both of them about an alternate date.
All right. You said you spoke to her and she just said she didn't want another one. Now you're saying you spoke to Haddis and her about another date.
I spoke to both of them.
What did Haddis say?
Your buddy. He said he would have to refer to her to see if they want to do it.
All right. Did he ask you for a refund, Mr. Haddis, your buddy?
No, sir.
All right. So you all didn't even discuss what was going to happen afterwards other than they didn't want a new date unless she approved? Is that the status? Was that the final determination?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. You all appointed a person who initiated the agreement with him. His good friend was not thorough enough in his presentation to you all as he is to me. Do you have anything from Mr. Haddis?
No, I don't have only the text from our
okay. And
organization.
that's what you're going to need to win a lawsuit against him. You're going to need some statements or something from Mr. Haddis, because at this point that's very much hearsay.
Okay.
And what I do know, however, is that he says, according to him, that he offered dates, and that is the first responsibility is to offer dates. If he didn't offer dates,
he did not.
Well, you say he didn't to you. You don't know what he did to Mr. Haddis. Remember, Mr. Haddis ain't nowhere to be found.
But
Mr. Haddis didn't even give you a witness statement. Mr. Haddis left you and Nicole. Go get your money from Mr. Haddis, because it's dismissed here. Sir, what's your countersuit for?
Well, I made arrangements to close my barbershop for the day that they were going to have their event. And I was making my space available for their acts or whoever were going to be involved.
Your barbershop?
Yes, sir.
Was available to her party?
Yes, sir.
To do what? To party in the barbershop?
To be a green room for her special guests.
Barbershop is in the same building?
It's on the same
property.
property.
What you saying, you lost clients?
Yes, sir.
All right, because of what?
Because I wasn't able to work.
Why?
Because I made the building available to them.
And why didn't they use it?
They canceled the event.
Why? Now you want to play crazy, so that's why your claim is dismissed. They canceled because of the weather, but you want to play crazy. Claim dismissed, you didn't prove it. Have a good day.
You already know. You owe us $6,800. Now, I was giving you the $2,800 just in honor of, because you went through everything with your daughter.
But still, it was good working with you. And I apologize I wasn't able to make you happy.
Well, you're right. You sure wasn't able to make me happy.